Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot, and welcome back to the NetJet's Embraer Phenom 300. Today we're going to take it from Berlin to Hamburg on a quick 35-minute flight across Germany with full VATSIM ATC services. We're departing from Berlin with a lovely event going on and then heading over into Hamburg, where there is also full ATC expected together with a lot of traffic. We've got a slot to catch in about 20 minutes, so I'd say we're gonna go right into this one. Start with a very quick walk around to collect all the pins and everything we got on our Phenom, and then we can get right into the cockpit and start to prepare her for today's flight and also go over all of our checklists and our flight plan. But for the time being, let's just go ahead and start with the basics over here, going over our aircraft, over our flight plan, and just making sure that everything is fit to go. So, looks like the cargo hold is clear for the time being, everything on the wing over here is looking fantastic, and then we can go ahead and board our Phenom and get ready for the flight. And here we are. Alright, so very quick look through the cabin before our guests are going to arrive, but this is looking quite good. A couple of pillows flying around here, but we're gonna fix that in a moment, so follow me into the flight deck. We'll take a seat up here and start to prepare for today's flight by looking into the EFB, where we can see that our aircraft status is looking all good. Then let's import our Simbrief flight plan like that and have a very quick look into the OFP. So Hamburg, currently a couple of showers in the vicinity and that kind of stuff, but overall good conditions. Let's have a look into the significant weather chart here. As you can see, that thing is fairly clear for our flight. And then we can look into the local airport weather, where we got Berlin for our departure, which has clear skies, 15 degrees, 1013. And then we're looking at Hamburg, which has not all that fantastic weather. We're looking at some showers of rain, some TCUs or CBs, but through the night it's going to get really worse. But by that time we're hopefully long in the hotel. Got to remember that though, for securing our airplane at the end of the day. Alright, with all of that in mind, we can check out our fuel, and they want us to go with a minimum of 2,200 pounds. I'd say if we load 2,500, we got plenty of reserve fuels for the approach, so that's what I would go for over here. We're quite full, as you can see. We got 6 passengers today, and for the fuel we're gonna go with 2,500, like that. Then let's go ahead and call for real-time loading. Let's also get the GPU and the red carpet out, and then we can start setting our Phenom up for the service. So for that we are just gonna go over a quick flight deck setup down here, and once that is done we can then move on into the checklists that we can get from our Garmin. Alright, so that's all looking good down here. With that, the flight deck inspection is complete, so let's go ahead and get started. Putting the batteries on, putting the external power on like that, and with that our units are coming to life. So, voice recorder test in progress. Let's power up the G3000. And I'm telling you guys, I'm liking this unit more and more and more. It's just a fantastic unit, isn't it? Just a quick check, by the way, to make sure that we are on both real-time and real weather as we're flying VATSIM, which we are. Alright, so CBR test is good. Then let's continue with the traffic test, and that is also looking good. Alright. That's looking good. Then let's wait for the TORS test to complete, and while that's happening we can go ahead and grab the ATIS on 123.78, which is what we got down here. So let's get that one.
1013.
And let's get the headset out.
Nothing. Information Charlie out. Berlin Brandenburg Information Charlie. Met report time 1750. Expect ILS Zulu approach. Runways in use 24 right and 24 left. Runway condition. Runway 24 right at time 1424. Runway condition code 5. Deposit total runway wet, 100%. Runway 24 left at time 1423. Runway condition code 5. Deposit total runway wet, 100%. Due to flight display between time 1730 and time 1830, expect runway 24 right. Simultaneous parallel operation in progress. Transition level 70. After vacating runway 24 right, contact ground on frequency 129.505. After vacating runway 24 left, contact ground on frequency 121.705. ACDM in use. All departures shall submit their target off-block time at VATS.im/VDGS. Wind 290 degrees 16 knots. Cav OK. Temperature 15. Dew point 9. QNH 1013. Trend, Nosik. Information Charlie out.
Alright, so Atus Charlie is on board.
Berlin Brandenburg information chart.
Then let's put 115 back up over there. And let's get our SID from the flight plan. It's a Sukhep 3 Alpha departure today. Let's go ahead and select that one. Here it is, Sukhep 3 Alpha, preview on map please, in full screen, and that looks fairly good. Then let's also preview the chart, which looks the same. Alright, 240, 247, Vaviv Ibgal Sukhep, and over here it's exactly the same thing. Good, then we can load this one, and then we can also quickly go into the arrivals, where we got a Rarup 3 Papa arrival for runway 23. So let's select that one real quick as well. Rarup 3 Papa, here it is. And preview that one as well. For runway 23. Alright, and that looks believable. And when compared with the chart, yep, it looks the same. Fantastic. Okay, load that, and finally let's also load the ILS approach runway 23 from Delta Hotel 657, and that looks exactly like what I remember it to look like, and what the chart looks like. Alright, fantastic. Load, okay, that is looking good. So, for the VNAV, climb 250.65, transition 5000, this all looks correct. And the cruise speed schedule also looks correct. Then we can move on to the landing field elevation, which is automatic. And now we get to our payload. And for this, I'd say we can quickly go out and set up the fuel truck so that we can start the refueling. Alright, here he comes. So, pretty empty today, at just 1360. Previous crew must have seen the fuel prices, decided not to take too much extra. Alright, 2500 looks good, light test looks good. Then let's connect that thing and start the refueling operation. While the refueling is in progress, we can start the walk around. So, the landing gear down here looks all good, the wing lights are looking good, the leading edges are looking good, the fuel caps on the wings are closed as everything works through the centralized system. The aileron is looking good together with the nav lights, and there is no sign of any damages on the flaps. The landing gear looks good as well. For the engine, we can't really look inside from the front, but that is fine. And back here, everything is looking good. Alright, so, you're good. Down here, the tailplane is as well. Landing gear down here is good, and the flaps, as well as the ailerons and all the mechanisms, everything is looking fantastic. Nav lights are good, leading edges are good. Alright, looking up there into the engine, that's looking fantastic as well, and so is the landing gear. Wing lights good, and the pitot tube, yeah, looks like it's seen a little bit of heat recently, but is looking good. The oxygen relief valve is green. Alright, that's all fantastic. Then let's have a quick look into the front, and that is fantastic, so we can close this again Landing gear is in a good condition. Alright, and over here everything's good as well. Fantastic, the fuel is on board. Then let's close that fuel cap. Nah. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Our airplane is in a good condition. So let's go ahead and go right back inside as our passengers will be arriving soon. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Here we are. So let's take a seat and finish up our payload. So pilot 180, co-pilot 180, passengers 6 of them, so it's gonna be 360, 360 and 360. Like that. Then passenger 7 is not on board, forward bags nothing, crew bags 50 pounds, aft bags we have like 200 pounds back there, catering is also 200 pounds, flight kit is going to be 50 pounds, total fluid 100 pounds, and toilet also 100 pounds, like that. And for the fuel, we can synchronize the fuel on board. Taxi fuel is going to become 120, and last but not least, we need our fuel reserves. Those are coming from the flight plan, and they are 910. Okay, so 910 going into here. That's looking fantastic. So for the weather, Berlin 24 right, full length. The runway is wet according to the ATC, and we can load the metadata. So runway data is looking good. Let's see though if we can get some takeoff intersection data. And here it is. Okay, so let's zoom that thing in. Runway 24 right. And I'd say if we take Lima 6 at 8,251 feet, we are good. So 8,251. Like that. Fantastic. Alright, takeoff config 1, ice protection off, runway alignment is not needed, and we can accept the speeds. Trim 8.1, that's all looking good. Speeds are accepted. And with that, we can accept the overall initialization. Squawk machine 2000. And that's all looking cool. Alright, so let's on the emergency lights before our guests arrive. Nav lights coming on. Lighting goes full on, and cockpit panel brightness comes on as well. And then we can grab a departure chart. So, SUKIP 3 Alpha preview chart, full screen please. Initial climb clearance 5,000. Like that. Okay, toga mode is selected and looking good. Everything else in here is also looking good. Fantastic. Okay, lovely. So we finished all of our setup work over here. Then let's have a look at our guest's arrival and the cabin. Let's clean that real quick. And then the passengers should be arriving any moment. Temperature 15, so you could probably heat it up a bit. Yeah, pressurization order, forgot that earlier. And we'll set the temperature somewhere over here. I think that should be good. Okay, systems, ECS, what do we have selected now? 23, that should be perfect. Okay, nice. So we're pretty much done. Then we just gotta wait for our guests and then grab our IFR clearance and off we go. And the guests are gonna be there any second now. Alright, tell you what, since the queue is probably gonna be rather long, let's grab the clearance now.
The departure frequency. Exit 460, you're cleared to Shannon via SUKIP 3 Alpha departure. Flight plan route, climb via SIT to altitude 5,000 feet, and squawk is 1373.
18739 QNH 1012, requesting pushback.
Cleared for 60, cleared to Shannon via the
Suki 3 Alpha.
And someone is requesting pushback on 1215. That's not gonna work.
1373.
ExtraJet 460, confirm initial climb via SIT to altitude 5,000 feet.
And initial altitude is gonna be 5,000. Sorry.
Delivery, schönen guten Abend. Fraction 441 India, information Charlie, request IFR clearance to Hamburg.
First ExtraJet 460, it's correct.
EC739.
Fraction 441 India, Berlin delivery. Schönen guten Abend. Information Charlie current, set to Hamburg via Sucre 3 Alpha departure, flight plan shoot. Climb via SIT to altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 1377.
Fraction 441 India is cleared to Berlin via the Sukhep 3 Alpha departure, flight plan route, climb maintain 5000, squawk 1377.
Fraction 441 India, it's correct.
EV739, Berlin arrival, you're transmitting on
Delivery, schönen guten Abend. 100 on gate Alpha.
Okay, so all the chaos over here,
A320.
we're just gonna disregard that for the time being. And I'm also gonna switch off guard for the time being because of that guy who doesn't know that he is transmitting on guard. So we got all that stuff. The clearance is basically as expected with the squawk of 1377. And the rest is as expected. Alright, fantastic. So our guests are just about getting here. So let's get outside. Open the cargo door. And here we are, 3 pieces of luggage that we gotta load. Oh, even more of them. 5. Wow, okay. This is getting heavy. We're gonna be right at max takeoff weight today. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Where's the rest? Well, I suppose we just pretend it is here. Let's close that up. And off we go. So, guests should be boarding now. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. What are you doing on flight attendant's seat? Get back there in the club seats. Alright, 4. 2 more to come. 5. 1 more to come. And here we are, 6. Okay, so we just gotta do a quick reseating in the weight and balance, and then we're done. So let's close this up. And here we are. Alright, I'm gonna do the weight and balance. You can quickly say hello to our guests. Let's do the welcome PA down there. They're all fairly happy, that's good. So let's make sure we get the engine started, so that we warm the cabin up, and then we're good to go. Okay, so performance, weight and balance. So, there's 1 passenger in seat 1, and then there is 1 passenger in seat 7. Like that. The rest is all looking good and unchanged, so let's keep it at that. And then for the takeoff data, trim 8.1, the rest is still looking good. And that's it. Okay, cool. So we got all that stuff, then let's go into the checklists, and I'm gonna do that on your side here. So before start checklist, oxygen mask, flow and microphone is checked, test panel, onto the fire tests. Fire. Looking good, smoke detector test, looking good, annunciator test. Is looking good, and test panel off. Then fasten seatbelt signs on, external lights set, emergency lights on, fuel quantity and balance, 25-15 balance, thrust levers idle, park brake set, ignition auto, doors closed, before start checklist complete. Alright, the initial is 5,000, then let's get the startup clearance, and let's do a very quick departure briefing, please. So, we're departing from Berlin, runway 24 right. We did calculate Lima 6 intersection, and our departure is the Sukhep 3 Alpha. Climb to 5,000, and the MSA is 3,000. Extra fuel and time, we got 400 pounds, which gives us a rough half an hour extra. Now for our taxi, we're gonna start the engines over here, taxi straight out, runway 2 for right. Lima 6 intersection is possible, but we take whatever makes sense and ATC gives us. Then our stop margin is 3,000 feet, and the engine out sits straight out 25. Pick up the holding over there in 3,000, and then we can come back over here or go over to anything in the vicinity. Pretty much anything goes. No limits today. For our departure, we've got no specials, nothing non-standard, and I don't see any threats. Anything from your side? No? Alright, then that's our departure briefing completed. So, let's go back onto delivery and request startup clearance.
Airport 935, 9535, Berlin delivery, hello, you have an invalid flight plan file, so first file the flight plan with a valid departure plan, please.
Very cool.
Fraction 441 India, request startup.
Fraction 441 India, startup approved, hold position, and for taxi, contact Berlin apron on 1, correction Berlin ground on 129.505, tschüss.
Startup approved, 129.505, fraction 441 India. Schönen Abend, tschüss.
Dann gleichfalls schon.
Okay, fantastic. So let's go over to ground, and then we'll clear the start. Sequence is gonna be 2 then 1. Yeah, they're probably feeling a little cold, I guess.
112, sir, we are experiencing some issues with our
but
radar,
not
so
much we can do about it until the engines are on. So let's go ahead and get them on, and remove that carpet. Alright, then we're looking good. So, ground tram cockpit. Okay, you're probably on hand signals, so let's go ahead and start engine 2. Okay, here's a good start in engine number 2. GPU disconnect and disconnect. Okay, and then we can start engine number 1. Alright, after start checklist, GPU disconnected, elec Embraer button on, battery voltage
Berlin 2671, contact Berlin apron on
is above 23.5, elec Embraer button off, test panel,
Berlin ground point,
stall protection, good, ice protection
taxi via Delta, Papa 1, Ultra Log Charlie.
is good.
Delta Papa 1, Ultra Charlie,
Okay, test panel off, AFCS control unit set, engine takeoff data set, LFE set, takeoff speed set, speed selector auto, transponder 1377, TCAS auto, altimeters QNH 1013 reading 150, flight controls up, down,
your radio
left,
issues fixed.
right, rudder, left,
Roger, the issue was
right.
with our radar pedal, sir, not the
Okay,
radio, but
trims.
yes, sir, we have fixed the issue.
looking for 8.88 units.
Yes, okay, then contact
That
tower
is good enough for me. Flaps,
Tower
1, external light set,
decimal
earth protection
030,
off,
Delta
after
112.
start checklist
ground point 77 Echo X-ray,
complete.
vacated 248.
Translate 77 Echo X-ray Berlin ground, hello, taxi via Victor 3, Ultra Log Foxtrot.
Victor 3, hold short Foxtrot, point 77 Echo X-ray.
Radar 227, contact Berlin Tower on 120 decimal 030.
120.030 for Air Canada 227, thank you very much for your help today.
Berlin ground, schönen guten Abend, fraction 441 India, request taxi, able Lima 6.
Fraction 4 India, Berlin ground, good evening. Taxi to holding point runway 24 right via Lima 6.
Taxi on holding point 2 for right via Lima 6, fraction 441 India. Okay, out of the apron and then straight into Lima 6.
During standard
So, park and rec release.
Berlin apron on 129.6.
Let's go.
129.605.
Brakes. Check.
Delay 77 Echo X-ray, contact Berlin apron on 129.605.
19605, point 77 Echo X-ray. Neighboring, good evening. Quality 6 Delta November, 1025, request pushing 5.
Report position.
Cargo Bay 25, quality 6 Delta November.
6 Delta November, for that contact apron 1.
Okay, looks like there are 2 aircraft ahead of us at the holding point. So there's no reason to rush.
Quality 6 Delta November.
And here we go. Here's the entry to the general aviation parking. Then we go straight ahead in Lima 6. So just straight to the holding point. Okay, the left side is clear. And the right side is clear. Good. Before takeoff checklist. Takeoff configuration.
441 India, contact Berlin Tower und 120.030, bye bye.
120.030, fraction 441 India, verdammt.
Sierra Express, okay, Lima 5 short of Delta.
Tower, schönen Abend, fraction 441 India, ready.
Stations open 905 close, Quebec, Berlin Tower, good evening.
Tower, schönen Abend, fraction 441 India, ready.
112, wind 2, Nana 316 knots, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 24, right, Lufthansa 112.
37, traffic 8321, departing runway 24 right, wind check 2, Nana 316 knots, expect late landing clearance.
Okay. So at the holding point, park and brake set. He did say 2 stations first, so we could count that as he's got us. I know that there was another aircraft at the holding point, so we're just gonna wait a bit and see if he calls us. In the meantime, before takeoff checklists, for a final attempt, takeoff configuration check, CAS messages check, fasten seatbelt signs on, yaw damper off, auto throttle not installed, and holding at the line. Okay, in the meantime, nav display.
237, runway 24 right, clear to land, wind 2, Nana 316 knots.
Super right, clear to let off 227.
Sierra count 1 to 1, correction 1 to Nana 505.
And up and ground 1 to 905, also 227, danke dir, ciao.
Sierra confirm frequency 1 to Nana 505.
1 to 905.
And well, since we have the time, let's have a very quick
112, Bremen 120.
additional look at the departure chart.
120
Contact wind radar when advised by tower.
630 Lufthansa 112.
Canada 227, line up runway 24 right.
Air Canada 27 lining up and waiting on runway 24 right.
Okay, so departure chart on here. Okay. So pretty much ready to go.
Canada 227, prepare for immediate departure.
Ready for immediate departure, Air Canada 227.
Berlin Tower, low number 2, wind check 2, Nana 316 knots.
Clear to take up on runway 24 right, Air Canada 27, take road.
Is he pulling backwards? Alright, now he's rolling. So I guess there's one more landing and then it's our turn. Did he just go into the grass? Oh yeah, he's full into the grass. I guess that goes into the whoopsie line of thoughts. Alright, so...
Up and Alpha Golf Quebec, runway 25, clear to land with 2 9 0 race 16 knots, ciao.
Copy the wind, clear to land, runway 24 right, ciao.
That sounds rather busy. Well, if we got a little time, let's use it. Right.
441 India, traffic 8319 off, 1 mile final, runway 24 right, report on flight.
Fraction 441 India, unable to see anything at this point.
Canada 227, contact Bremen radar 120, estimate 340.
Technically speaking, you can't ask an airplane
120,
that's on an
340,
intersection with an angle like this to report a plane of final in sight. But they regularly do that in VATSIM, so...
6 woman, that is our good evening, number 3, wind check 290 race 16 knots.
Number 3.
MLO Lufthansa 2 November.
The cockpit is getting really warm here. Cabin with a medium-ish fan, 23 degrees, looks quite good. So 21 degree target looks okay. So I guess it should be fine. Fraction 441 India line 2 for right. Okay. Break off, let's go. And below the line. Transponder set, TCAS auto, passengers advised, lights. I'm gonna turn them off now. Alright, and that's the before takeoff checklist complete.
India, bring 290 race 16 knots, runway 2 for right, clear for takeoff, keep it rolling please.
2 for right, clear for takeoff, fraction 441 India. Okay.
Alpha, expect late landing clearance, wind check 290 race 16 knots, traffic, and say Embraer, Phenom 300, departing runway 2 for right.
Thrust set, 80 knots. V1 rotates. Positive climb, gear up. Right, 400, nav, flaps up.
Alpha, traffic airborne, wind check 290, caution wind 290 race 16 knots, runway 2 for right, clear to land, ciao.
Oh, come on.
Behind arriving 8
Alright, level change.
Line up runway 2 for right, behind it.
Behind the A330 that's landing, line up behind runway 24 right.
Autopilot on.
441 India, contact Bremen radar 120, estimate 340.
120, 340, fraction 441 India, bye bye.
3.225 Air Canada 227.
Vertical speeds. Plane string arm, fraction 441 India, passing 4,200, climbing 5,000.
Fraction 441 India, departure, hello, identified. Climb unrestricted, level 160.
Climbing unrestricted, level 160, fraction 441 India. Alright, climb thrust. 160, level change, manual. 250. Okay, set standard.
Fraction 441 India, right turn direct RAROP.
Right direct RAROP, fraction 441 India. Okay, static cross check passing 68 now. So, RAROP. Here it is. Direct 2, activate. That's a fantastic shortcut. Okay then. So, after takeoff climb checklist, landing gear up, flaps 0, thrust levers climb, auto throttle not installed, speed selector. Well, we can actually go back to FMS now.
136.0502.
13605, fraction 4 von India. Schönes Wochenende. Plane Transit Fraction 441 India, passing level 111, climbing 160 in Mount Rarup.
Fraction 4 for 1 India, Bremen, good night, identified, climb flight level 240.
Climbing flight level 240, fraction 44 in India. Set, 240 checked. Okay, continue the checklist. So, speed selector, auto, altimeter, set, yaw damper on, fasten seatbelts. Yeah, tell you what, can turn them off now. Off, external lights. Set, and internal lights as well. Okay, weather radar is not required. Airspeed on auto. Windshield 1 and 2 switches off. After takeoff, climb checklist complete. Alright. And here we go. On the way, Rarup 119 miles, and that's already the star entry for Berlin. Sorry, for Hamburg. Okay. So, that was a lovely departure. Now, let's see. Passengers aren't too happy. What are they complaining about now again? Spilled their champagne. I didn't serve anything. Did not appreciate the turbulence, yeah. Nothing I can do about that. Here, got some coffee. Snacks as well. Complaining. Finally something. You ever heard what a takeoff is? Alright, I don't care. Let's have a quick look down here. Aircraft systems ECS. 25 degrees. Still 29 up front over here. Like, there isn't that much we can actually do about it anymore. Alright, so full screen FMS now. I think our life is just getting a bit easier here now that we're out of the immediate Berlin area. But I gotta say, that was a very efficient departure. Once again, splendid German ATC. And I do have to say, with the new VDGS system they're running in the background, and with my TSAT set at 25, and I called for startup at 26, got immediate startup. That was very efficient spacing on the departure runway, like we just stood there for a minute or two. So that was real good. That was really, really good. So yeah, couldn't have asked for anything more on this departure. Excellent job by air traffic control. Now we're on the way, and we'll be getting over to Hamburg pretty shortly. So let's hope that we're going to get the same excellent ATC on the arrival.
130,
Alright, here's 1,000 to go.
Lufthansa 112, thank you, bye bye.
Vertical speed 1,000. Okay, so we're gonna get up to cruise altitude, then let's see what the time to top of descent is gonna be. But we can already see the TD coming over here in like 80 miles or so. So that looks like a fairly normal approach preparation later on. I really gotta say, I love these short flights on the business jets. They're so immersive, and with those short sectors you can actually manage several during the time that VATSIM ATC is online, so that's really cool. Really, really cool. Right, here we go. 11 minutes to the top of descent. Still accelerating a bit, 310 is our target. And then we'll see about the further... We'll see about the further routing and approach. And another thing that I really love those flights for is the ability to fly them completely in real time without having to cut the cruise short or something to make it bearable to hear me talk for you guys. Okay, here we are, 310 knots. Okay, nice.
Radar morning, Lufthansa 1 Victor, climbing flight level 250.
So, let's get some Hamburg charts.
Hello, identified. What is your requested flight level?
Requested flight level 370, Lufthansa 1 Victor.
124, 325.
Roger, climb level 370.
Climb flight level 370, Lufthansa 1
Hamburg information kilo out. This is Hamburg Information Kilo. Met report time 1820. Expect for ILS approach. Runways in use for landing 23 and takeoff 33. Transition level 70. When passing 2,000 feet, contact Bremen radar 120.540. ACDM in use. All departures shall submit their target off block time at AS.im/BDGS. Wind 270 degrees 7 knots. Variable between 240 and 300 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers. Altitude 2,800 feet. Scattered 4,400 feet. Temperature 13. Dew point 10. QNH 1012. Trend. Temporary wind 280 degrees 15 knots. Gusts 25 knots. Showers of rain, clouds broken 2,500 feet. Towering cumulus. Hamburg Information Kilo out.
Okay, fantastic.
This is Hamburg Information.
So the Atis is on board. Then let's go ahead and have a look into our arrival. So initially we got Rarup between 110 and 4,000, then Delta Hotel 600, 220 knots, Delta Hotel 611, 612, 13, 14, 15, 655, 656, 657 at 220 knots and above 4,000. From there we're gonna go on to the ILS approach.
Orca 1092, contact Bremen 119.602.
So you got 657, then we got the Charlie India, which is the waypoint at 10 mile final. And then we got Pisas, and Pisas is the final approach point in 3000, which is checked, and thereafter it's a 3-degree slope down to the runway. Minimum today is Cat Bravo. Wait a moment, that's the Cat 3 ILS chart. Interesting, gave us the wrong chart. Gave us the Cat 3 chart. Okay.
West 25 Golf, contact Bremen 136.4502.
Contact Team Bremen
Let's take this one.
126.450, Aero West 255.
Routing is the same, and the minimum Cap Bravo 252. Alright, now for the go-around. Straight at 5.5 Ulster, left turn to Hamburg, and that's exactly what we have down here. Climb to 4,000, which is checked up here. Alright, 2,200 the MSA, and as mentioned, minimum 252. And that's in. Alright, for the performance, landing data. Hamburg 23, weather, we can load. Runway is checked, landing configuration 3, ice protection off, 5 knots, Delta V approach. Landing factor 1.25, and that's looking good. 3,282 feet required, easy. Alright, that's all looking fantastic. So with that we've entered everything. Let's see if we can make the passengers a little bit more happy here, give them a cruise PA. So temperature is looking good now. It's actually all looking pretty good.
3010, descent flight level 140.
Descending 140,
I wonder.
3010.
Wi-Fi off. No, this may be the reason. Yep, now Wi-Fi is on. That's probably gonna make him more happy. Okay. So we got all that nice stuff. And finally, for the landing, 2-3, it's this one. Getting to the left, Delta 7, down here's the general aviation parking. So that's where we're gonna go. Okay. And I think that's pretty much all we got.
75 Delta, contact Bremen 126, decimal.
Temperatures are good everywhere now, 21 degrees, 22 degrees. I'm actually turn the cockpit fan back to medium now. That is looking fantastic.
75 Delta, contact Bremen 126, decimal 325, choose.
Okay, good. So we've done all that stuff, let's go ahead and start the approach briefing, please.
Delta, contact Bremen 126, decimal 325, choose.
So we'll be flying the Rarup 3 Papa arrival for an ILS approach runway 23 in Hamburg, starting with an MSA of 2,200 down to a minimum of 252, and the go around is straight out to 5.5 Demi Alster left to Hamburg, climbing 4,000. Extra fuel and time, we've got 600 pounds, giving us 45 minutes. Now for the approach, we'll use flight director guidance and config 3 landing with, well, don't have reverse here, so config 3 landing. And we are going to vacate the runway to the left hand side with manual brake to vacate, and then we're almost at the general aviation parking. I've got no specials for the approach, I've got nothing non-standard, and do you see any threats? Nope, doesn't look like it. Perfect, neither do I. So that's the approach briefing completed. Okay, good. Then it's your controls. I'll be with the passengers for a second. Alright, they're hard at work down here.
For 1 India, ready to send level 110.
DC739, hello, we keep flexible 100, traffic 160, direct Bali.
Fraction 441 India, when ready, descending level 110.
DC79 Bremen, hello, identified.
Set. 110 checked. And VNAV is armed.
DC79 campus flight.
Alright, so let's just take a moment back here again.
Can create 08,
I mean, the food looks okay. If I'd be flying economy class, I'd be happy with this. Oh well. What do you have back here? Nothing? Let's just open up the lavatory over here, just in case anyone wants to go. And then we can go right back into the cockpit.
Question 441 India, contact Bremen, 126, 325, choose.
126, 325, fraction 44 in India, choose. Bremen Abend, fraction 44 in India, level 240, starting the descent to level 110.
Fraction 441 India, identified, expedite descent to level 110 due to crossing traffic, rate of descent 3,000 feet per minute or greater.
Fraction 44 in India, 3,000 feet a minute or greater, descending level 110.
Now flight 57 Kulima, route direct to...
That's probably not going to be too good for our passengers here, but can't do much about it. No idea where the crossing traffic is though. Could it be him? Don't really think so. Huh, strange. Okay, so descent PA.
Thunder 1, 8, Mike, Bremen, right identified, climb to Federal.
And then I'm afraid we have to clean this up now. So just wondering, is there a way we can just take like the snacks away? No, looks like we have to clean up the entire cabin. Okay, so clean the cabin.
Wait on 125.025, and this is another Papa Kilo, bye bye.
Lufthansa 2 Alpha Charlie, contact them and range.
Well, two guys who aren't particularly happy, but can't do much about it.
Lufthansa 2 Alpha Charlie 125.
Let's just prepare the ground charts here.
Now, 557 Kojima, contact 7 Raider on the 136 decimal 056.
Okay. So, descent checklist, please.
Jo, wir hören uns da auf.
This might get rather bumpy down there. Okay, so descent checklist. Windshield 1 and 2 switches on.
This is 4 Kilo Mike, Raymond, radar.
On. Pressurization, landing field elevation check, landing speed set.
Raymond, radar, right, sir, 204, passing.
And holding at the line.
Right, 205, Raymond, radar, right, climb to level 360.
Climb 360, flight level 360, right, 205.
Fraction 441 India. Any chance we can level off in 140? 110 looks to be a little bumpy.
I meet you on 110 for crossing traffic, but contact them and radar on 120.540 and we will take you further.
120540, fraction 441 India. Bye bye.
55 Orange, 56 Woman.
Which crossing traffic? Don't see anyone. William schon genannt, fraction 441 India, flight level 134, descending 110 at 3000 feet a minute, information kilo.
Hello, fraction 441 India, Bremen identified, Hamburg operation is kilo, descent to flight level 100.
Kilo is on board, descent level 100, any rate, fraction 441 kilo.
Fraction 441 kilo, you can resume normal rate, distance to go is approximately 40 miles, radar vector pilot.
Thanks, normal rate, fraction 441 India. Okay, 1500. 40 miles to go, so it's straight in approach. Outside temperature is plus 10. So that's going to work without anti-ice. At least in the simulator. In the real world, the moment you enter clouds, the temperature always drops by 2 or 3 degrees. That's because of all the moisture in the clouds. So in the real world I would turn the anti-ice on now, and since I would do that in the real world, let's also do it in the simulator. Engine anti-ice on. Alright, and it might get bumpy here. Seatbelt sign is on as well. 1000 to go. I'm curious, where's that crossing traffic that the previous controller talked about? I just can't see him anywhere on TCAS. And in fact, looking at VATSIM, there is nobody.
India, contact radar 126, the first lead 25. Bye-bye.
Forward to radar.
There is nobody here. I'm not sure what the previous controller made up there.
Dr. Von Charlie Mike, descend altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
But there is nobody.
Altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1012, Lufthansa 125.
Column 1757, turn right heading 100, descend altitude meter.
Alright, it might get a bit bumpy in those clouds here, riding the tops. So let's start slowing down, 250. Like that. Fraction 441 India, confirm it's the Varuk 3 Papa arrival.
Fraction 441 India, you can continue present heading further descent in 1 minute due to airspeed.
Danke, present heading and expecting further in a minute.
U26 Hotel Mike,
okay, that's even better for us. So, heading. And then activate vectors to final. Here we go. And lastly, let's get the runway heading. 226. Here we go. Alright, let's go on to the split PFD.
Just departed Hamburg. East of Delta. Request to pick up Alpha at site. Current altitude 1,400 feet.
Delta Echo, what was 2500, call you back.
2500.
And here we go.
Helm 1757, turn right heading 120, descent altitude 1000 feet.
Right heading 1, second please, heading Helm 1757.
Helm 1757, right turn heading 120.
120, Helm 1757, roger.
Fraction 441 India, descent altitude 5000 feet, QNH is 1012.
Descent 5000, 1012, fraction 441 India. Okay, set.
Helm 1757, descent altitude 2000 feet.
5000 checked. VS 1500.
1757.
Okay, checklist below the line.
Helm 1757, turn right heading 200.
And that's fasten seatbelts on descent checklist complete. Set QNH.
Right heading 200 and clear, LS approach to 3, Helm 1757.
QNH 1012 cross check, passing 9200.
Delta Echo ready to copy.
Now.
Delta Echo ready.
Oh, Delta Echo, you identified 1800.
So, looks like we might need a little steeper descent here. Let's do 2000. Okay. So, approach checklist. External lights on, passengers.
Wyman Karen 22, Mike Heavy, passing 3300 for 5000.
Advised, cross feed off, altimeters, QNH 1012, windshield 1 and 2 switches as needed, 6 degrees, we're gonna keep them on for now. Approach checklist complete.
Charlie Mike, turn left heading 320, descent altitude.
Okay.
Left heading 320 and descent altitude.
So, couple more clouds. Then we're around a couple more miles, then we're inside the clouds, and then we can turn the... Then we can put the sun visors away.
Echo, Bream radar identified, check information kilo, descent to flight level 100.
So let's make it a bit more shallow again.
Helm 1757, speed 170 knots or greater until...
So we'll end up in 5000 at about 7.5 miles from Pisas. That's quite good.
Helm 22 Mike, proceed direct Mizu.
Especially for an airplane that can descend as rapidly as the Phenom can.
Direct Mintu, Karen Kazuma. Mizu, Mike India Zulu Uniform Hotel for Karen to the right.
Welcome to the mic, correct.
Okay. So, guys are happy. Who would have thought that? All of them. I like it. Even the guy who was a little...
Karen 1757, contact Hamburg Tower 126, that's 1855, so that.
Okay, 1000 to go.
855, Column 1757.
So, 1000 feet a minute.
From Charlie Mike, turn left heading 300, speed 220 knots.
Left heading 300 and speed 220, Lufthansa 1 Charlie Mike.
Column 22 Mike, contact Bream radar 126, business 325, bye-bye.
And 500 feet a minute. Looking at the nav display. I guess this one is the part of the airspace where you got the Charlie airspace from 5000 and then in here it's probably from 3000. So I guess once we're past this, you can clear us further down. Let's see if we can do a CDA. Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see.
To the mic, Raymond.
Nope, KLM is not answering.
Section 441 India, turn left thing 260, cleared for the island approach on route 2.
Left 260, cleared to left 23, fraction 441 India. Okay, we're cleared for the approach. That means we can descend down to 3000.
Mr. 1 Charlie Mike, descend at 1500 feet per minute or more.
Let's do 1000 feet a minute over here.
1500 per minute or more, Lufthansa 1 Charlie Mike.
Okay, and cleared for the approach.
Section 441 India, descend to 3000.
Fraction 441 India, descend at 3000 and confirm still cleared.
We're cleared, correct. Break, Lufthansa 1 Charlie Mike, left 260,
good.
cleared island.
So we can put that away.
Left
We'll put that one up.
Lufthansa 1 Charlie Mike.
Lufthansa 1 Echo, say again, request.
Okay, so 170 knots over Pisas.
70 for Lufthansa 1 Echo.
Lufthansa 1 Echo, correct.
Which is around 5 miles away, so let's start slowing down here.
70 Lufthansa 1 Echo, thank you.
Fraction 441 India, speed 200 or less.
Reducing 200 or less, fraction 441 India.
Lufthansa 1 Charlie Mike, speed is 180.
Okay, VNAV off, please.
Speed 180 under
Interesting, doesn't want to turn it off. Okay, here we go. Alright, well then we just use pitch hold mode until we're in the glide slope. Alright, vertical speed. There we go, this is looking good. 1000 to go.
090
Last of capture. And here's 170.
Section 441 India, reduce final approach speed to swing traffic 4 miles out.
Reducing final, that's going to be about 115. Get down. 4 miles shouldn't really be a problem at all.
Mr. 1 Charlie Mike, contact tower 126.85.
Okay, so go around altitude 4000 is set, the gears down, we are decelerating. But yeah, that guy shouldn't be a problem at all. Okay, so back in the FMS.
Lufthansa 1 Echo, descend altitude 3000 feet, QNH 101.
Flaps 1.
QNH 1012 and
Speed check, flaps 1.
3000 feet, Lufthansa 1 Echo.
Flaps 3.
Section 441 India, call tower 126.855, schönen Abend.
126.855, fraction 441 India, schönes Wochenende, tschüss.
Ebenso.
Left by Delta 1, hold short of Lake City.
Taxi left, Volio Delta, hold short on V33, LM 175.
Left 1 Charlie Mike, wind 260.
Okay, you wanted us that slow.
Runway 23, clear to left, Lufthansa 1 Charlie Mike.
Hamburg Tower, schönen guten Abend, fraction 441 India, ILS 23.
Section 441 India, Hamburg Tower, hello, 1 arrival ahead.
Okay, here we go. Landing checklist. And that's, well, yaw damper to go, landing gear down, flaps 3, airspeed VREF, 4 landing checklist complete. I clicked over the yaw damper because the autopilot is doing a great job right now. See no reason to disconnect it at all. But I do see a lot of reasons to take some screenshots here.
Okay, 1757, let's go. Taxi now left via Foxtrot and then right turn Delta 1.
Roger, sorry. KLM 1757.
She just looks gorgeous, doesn't she? Okay, so I'd say it's time to have a little bit of fun. Autopilot off, yaw damper off, flight director off. So all checklists are complete, everything's done, we just need the landing clearance. Ground speed is 106, so we're looking at about 500 feet a minute rate of descent to maintain the glide slope. Runway is straight ahead, we can see that. Okay, and then I'm afraid you gotta tidy this up now. But I see you already got your sunglasses out, so that should be fine. And just look at the beauty of the sim over here. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, so for the landing, let's turn the lights off. You can do a quick landing, PA.
Section 441, Section 441, India, wind 260 degrees, 6 knots, runway 23, clear to land.
Runway 23, clear to land, fraction 441, India.
Super 1 Charlie Mike, welcome to Hamburg, taxi via Delta 1, hold short of 1.
See, I told you, reducing final approach speed was a little bit premature there. Because we could have been touching down right now, so if you just put us down at 170 or something, and then final approach speed at 4 miles, that would pretty much have done the trick as well.
Cross runway 33 and contact ground 121 705 KLM 1757. Thank you.
So something that a lot of you are still asking me about is how to maintain a stabilized approach in terms of your airspeed. And you can see I'm kind of using a constant power setting there for pretty much most parts of the approach. The trick is really to find the setting that works, and then just to keep that setting.
The 1 Echo Hamburg Tower.
You can see I am accepting slight deviations there. Continue. I am accepting slight deviations there in favor of a constant power setting. Alright, idle, flare. Flat in a bit, but here we are. Alright, manual brakes. And here we go. Missed the high speed, but the runway was so long that we could easily afford the longer flare for the smoother landing. And with that, welcome to Hamburg.
Mr. 1 Echo, after departing Airbus A320, line up runway 33 behind.
Okay, here we are. After landings, flaps,
1 Echo.
0, lights,
Section 441,
set.
India, generation parking or terminal?
General aviation bitte.
Section 441, India, taxi generation parking via Delta 1, tschüss.
GT Delta 1, fraction 441 India, tschüssi. Okay, Delta 1 is up here, and then any of those down there. Now the question for you guys, why is it not rolling?
Bye-bye.
Here we go.
Runway 33 on the other side, Airplane 121.705,
So, 35 minutes flight time, beautiful. Fraction 441 India, any suggestions for a stand on the GAG that may be realistic for a Phenom?
Directly Yankee 7 any stand.
Yankee 7 any stand, danke. Okay, Yankee 7 is gonna be...
Good day, Hamburg Tower, Lufthansa on Echo, flight number 923.
This one already, is it? But this actually has an X on it. Well, then we gotta take Yankee 5. Which is the next one.
Lufthansa 1 Echo.
All the signs are wrong. So look at that, we just turned left out of Delta 6. There's one supposed to be X, that's what we just saw. The next one should be Yankee 7. Okay, here's the Yankee 7 sign. That looks like this would be Yankee 5. But this gotta be Yankee 7 here. That makes sense with the charts as well. Okay, so to finish the checklist, transponder auto, TCAS auto, after landing checklist complete. We'll tick them off in a few moments. And then we'll take a stand on the right.
Runway 23, clear to land.
Runway 23, clear to land, kan aan en rekken.
Okay, lights off. 106 it is. Okay. And here we are. So, parking brake set. Then let's give me some checklists.
Tower Delta India Papa Yankee information Lima request.
Okay, so those have all been done. And shutdown checklist. Thrust leaders idle, emergency parking brake applied, windshield 1 and 2 switches off, ADS probe knob auto, engine 1 and 2 switches off, wing stab switch off, and start-stop switches stop.
Taxi to Holden going from
Here we go, and fasten seatbelt sign off.
Delta Papa Yankee.
Off, and that's the shutdown checklist complete. Oh, come on. That's what I've been looking for. Alright, leaving that frequency, and here we are. So, let's do the deboarding PA. So, deboard, satisfaction full, gonna love that. Maximum G-force 1.7, yeah, that's gotta be the autopilot when I initiated the climb out of 5,000. That thing is just a little too... Let's just say that thing is a little bit too sensitive there. Okay, so we do a ground power unit, let's connect that thing. Lights are going on, outside lights are all set. Can put those inspection lights on, and the cockpit lights as well down here. Alright. So guys, let's get you out. Here we go, let's get a red carpet for them as well. Here we go, chocks in position, and with that the parking brake can go off. Okay. And here we are. So let's get their luggage, and with that guys, that's all I can offer you for the time being. So thank you very much for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. For now, thank you very much for watching. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and then I'm really looking forward to see you all again on the next one.